Hello there, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Knocks to Nuggets. My name is Oluwayomi Ute, and it's such a joy to come your way this very beautiful Monday morning. And guess what? I love the date. It's the 8th day of the 8th month of the year. What an amazing year it's been. Been a year of topsy-turvy. Many things have happened in this short 8 months of the year. Indeed, just seven months, 8 days, and it's been a whole lot. But thank God you are still around. Thank you, every single person that's joining me. I truly do appreciate the share of your time. Like I will always ask, like the video, share the video, subscribe to Knocks to Nuggets on the YouTube channel, and let somebody out there know that there is something called Knocks to Nuggets by you sharing the video. I don't take it for granted at all. I'm so grateful that you are here, and I truly do appreciate you. So today, still on the Building a Legacy series, I'm here talking to you today about financial literacy, and I've called it Financial Literacy 101, Financial Intelligence 101. The very basics of financial literacy is not a big deal. There are things you probably already know, but I'm just here to call them again to your attention. So today, for the next few minutes, we'll be talking about Financial Intelligence 101. Now, financial literacy is a big word, but it's not a big deal. That's the truth. What does it even mean? What are we talking about when we talk about financial literacy? It's nothing but the understanding and effective use of various financial skills. If you followed me, you will have known I've said again and again that knowledge is not power. Knowledge is only potential power. It's what you do with knowledge that releases the power. So when I'm talking about financial literacy, it's not just understanding, it's also effectively using various financial skills, including, and for me specifically, particularly, personal financial management. Of course, budgeting, investment. It's all about how we relate with money. And it's a lifelong learning journey. Everybody is still learning. Nobody has arrived. It's still a lifelong learning. It's something to know, to read, to think about again and again. So, in my words, it's simply the ability to make good money decisions, good financial choices. See, it's one thing to make money. It's another thing to spend money right. It's not about how much money you make. There's what you call disposable income, money that you have at your disposal to spend. So you love this piece of jewelry. Oh, it's ruby, it's diamond, it's all shades of glamour. And you want it. Can you afford it? Do you have the money to spend? Disposable income, that you could buy that piece of jewelry without batting an eye because it's just within your budget. Disposable income. And as I think about it, I'm going to show you this video. I just need to find it very quickly, and it just tells the story. I've shown it on this once, but watch it again. So happy viewing.
Yeah. 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 Hey!
Did you see that? Did it make you laugh? But wait, did it make you laugh or did it catch your attention, as that could have been me? Did you notice something? When his balance was 50 naira, bank charges was 75 naira. That just threw him obviously into the reds. But let's ask, is it about the money he made? He made 500,000. Is it about that? No. It's about the things that he was spending the money on. If you watch that clip closely, you will see alcohol, you will see Netflix, you will see fast food, you will see different things there that, trust me, you could do without. So let me ask you, can you remember the Joseph principle we talked about at the very beginning of this series? Can you remember? Remember Joseph, the guy that was sent into prison, and one day Pharaoh had a dream and he couldn't interpret it. And someone said, "Oh, I remember there's this guy in prison who told me, who interpreted my dream, and interpretation came through right." And they brought him to Pharaoh, and the Pharaoh told him the dream and said, "Oh, yes, Pharaoh, the dream is one and the same. There'll be 7 years of plenty, but there'll also be 7 years of famine. So we need to do something. We need to save as much as possible in the 7 years of plenty, that we may have abundance in the 7 years of famine." Trust me, every life goes through that series. 7 years of plenty, 7 years of famine. Every life goes through it. Yes, an avalanche of debits. There were things, some of them were even credit card payments, things they had enjoyed and forgotten about, and there it is. Yes, sir, we all go through it. But the moment you become financially intelligent, you begin to do some things intentionally, you will discover that you're suddenly above it. And that emphasizes the Joseph principle. So when they had bought all the things they had to buy, they had brought all their money to buy food from the storehouse when the famine started raging. It got to a point they didn't have any money left. So the Egyptians came to Joseph and said, "Joseph, you know what? Now so we stand. We don't have anything left at all. We can't even pay a dime. We've spent all we have, and yet we are hungry. Will you watch us die?" Joseph said, "Not a problem. You want to sell yourself to Pharaoh? It's fine. But we want to have an agreement. I will give you grain, and you will plant this grain. And when you get the harvest, we're going to share the money in this way. 20% will go to Pharaoh. 20% will be for you, your seed, which is investment. 20% will be for you, whatever you want to do with it. 20% will be for your family, and 20% for your children. Is God not awesome? That He thinks about us into the details. And I said to us, Pharaoh resembles a type of God. So we're not dealing with Pharaoh anymore. Thank God for freedom. But then let's talk about God. So I said 20% goes to God. What are you doing with 20% to God? Your tithe, your offering, different things that you have to give in church. You would be able to do it very well within the confines of those 20%. Okay, let's talk about tithing. Somebody said, PY, no, 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 no. Tithing, I don't believe in it. I'm a Christian, I'm going to heaven, and I've found out that tithing does not take me to heaven. I need my 100% to spend. I agree, but let's look at it. Assume you go into business with somebody, a partner that ensures and guarantees your success in that business. Without that partner, probability of success is slim, but with that partner, it's guaranteed. Let me ask you, what will be his share in the company? If he's a nice guy, he might say 60-40. I take 60 because without me, you can't have this business. So you take 40%. After all, you won't have made profit without me. If he's a very good person, he will say, okay, let's do 50-50. I'm bringing you my person. I'm bringing in my connection. I'm bringing in my name. I'm bringing in my goodwill. So it's okay, 50-50. Take 50, I take 50. But if someone says, I have it all. I don't need your money. But you know what? For my name, for my goodwill, for the doors my name is opening, let's do 70-30. You take 70, I take 30. You will celebrate that guy. You'll be excited. You would know. But guess what? God says, you know what? Take 90. Do anything you want with that 90. Leave me with 10. And that's tithing. If you understand it that way, as that your life is in partnership with God, you'll be free to give your tithe. You'll give it with joy. So that's what it is. So we're talking about financial literacy. Somebody says it's five things in one. It's earning money, it's spending money, it's saving and investing, it's borrowing, and it's protecting your money. Yes, thank you, Uncle Wale. Everybody needs to understand the difference between what is discretionary spending, your wants, and your needs. I know as I thought about this yesterday, it dawned on me that God never promised to meet all our wants. He didn't. He said, the Lord shall supply all your needs according to his riches in glory by Christ Jesus. He never promised to fund all our wants. He promised to fund all our needs. But the interesting thing is this: if you understand the principles of financial intelligence, you will fund your needs and even your wants to an extent. The truth is this: you can't have it all. There's nobody on earth that has 100%. Only God. So having enough to spend is interesting. And so there are five principles we want to talk about: earning, spending, saving and investing, borrowing, and protecting your money. When we talk about earning, we talked about it at the beginning of this series, but there are various ways to earn. So there's salary and wages. If you recall, when we looked at the cash flow quadrant, on the left side is the employee, the self-employed, who constantly exchanges their time for money. So there's salaries and wages as an inflow. But you know one thing somebody said that I love? So profit is better than wages. Profit is better than wages. So yes, you have salaries and wages. They have interest income from paper assets, from dividends, from various things that you have put your money into, and that you get interest income. And maybe in another 2 weeks, somebody will come talk to us about the opportunities in that space. What I promised us at the beginning of building a legacy is that I will bring in professionals, people who are tried and tested, who will tell us about, not people that have the head knowledge. Anybody can go read up, but somebody who understands it, who has practiced it, who can share life experiences with us. So we had one last week, Opeoluwa Adeyemi, talking to us about franchising and all that you need to know about franchising. So if you want to get into franchising, sit down and get into that. Then we're going to be having next week someone talking to us about real estate. Are there opportunities in real estate? Are there things I can get into in real estate? Yes. So next week, Monday, we're going to be talking about real estate opportunities. Then the following we look at paper assets. What are the assets? Is it okay to invest at this time in stocks? Stocks are doing. Should I still get into it? So interest income. You have profit from businesses, and then you have commissions. But never forget, profit is better than wages. At the beginning of this series, I talked to us about the stages of life, the learning, the earning, and the spending seasons of life. A good understanding of financial literacy will help you put together a structure that your spending seasons will be beautiful. So I'm trusting God. And hey, it's not about when you start. I know the best time to start preparing for your spending years is the very day you started working, maybe 20, 30, 35 years ago. But the next best time is now. So don't procrastinate. Don't sit down and say, oh no, why did I do this to myself? Okay, it has happened. Wake up, smell the coffee, and get moving. So when talking about spending money, let me ask you this. I know, okay, let me say this first. When I was thinking about this series about building legacy and money, I'm like, money, money, money. But I found out that the only thing God compared with himself is money. That's the power in money. He says you cannot serve God and mammon, money, because money answers all things. So it's very important for us to know how money works. Yes, we know how our body functions, so we're exercising. We need to know how money works so that we can handle it right. Money is currency. Money flows. and it flows in the direction of people. The only thing that moves money is people. You always have money where people are. How do you then get the money? By adding value to your life. If I see a value in a product, no matter the cost, I'll put my money down for it. So if you're in business and you're marketing something, stop marketing that thing. Start marketing the value in that thing. If I buy it from you, what do I stand to gain? That's what you want you want to sell. And when you can sell that effectively, you will be able to maximize your opportunities and make more money. So I said to us 5 components: earning, spending, saving and investing, borrowing and protecting. So when the money comes to you earning, various forms of earn money, salaries, wages, interest, income, all of that. So this money comes in. Let's talk about spending. How do you spend money? Do you spend money as it comes? So you make $100,000. And you say, okay, I have $100,000. You enter into that next shop. You see this dress, you buy it. You see this jewelry, you pick it. Oh, I think I want to change my diet. I think I like this food. Oh, there's a new thing in town. Somebody that prepares meals and just delivers to you. I don't have to go into the kitchen and make my meals. I think I want to spend my money there. Is that what you do? Are you that impulsive spender? Or will you sit down and plan your spending? I'm talking to us about budgeting. It's important that you create a budget for yourself, personal budget. Yes, organizations make budget, but I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about you as an individual. Have a personal budget. Sit down and ask yourself, what do I want to spend? And what am I going to spend my money on? Personal budget. You might say, personal budget on top of how much? You see, money is interesting. I recall a conversation I had with somebody many years ago. At that time, I was arguing the concept of tithing. I said, I earn just 100,000. How can I give God 10,000? 90 cannot do anything for me. And I said to her with a smile, it's a percentage. Even if you make 1,000,000, 100,000 will look like so much. Say, lie, it can't happen. If I make 1,000,000, wow, I will give God not even just 100. I'll give him 200. I can even give him 300. 700 is a whole lot for me to live on. Several years after, this same person began to earn 1 point something million. And then we met and she said to me, hey, it is a percentage. Oh. I cannot seem to be able to bring out 100,000 to say I'm paying tithe. There's so much to do about with money. I said, I know. When to get 1,000,000, you pay 10 without thinking. Say, the bills are so many. Responsibility are increased. Is that this, that, and began to complain of why I cannot give 100,000 again out of 1,000,000. That's the way life is. It's something called discipline. And it applies to our finances. So you can discipline yourself in the things you eat, can discipline yourself in exercising, you can discipline yourself to study. But the biggest discipline is financial discipline. And it starts with budgeting. So today is the 8th day of August, and I love that date. If you're someone that loves numeracy, 8 stands for new beginning. So it's the day of new beginning in the month of new beginning. So it's a good place to start. Yes, you've earned July salary, and maybe it's all gone. Maybe. Sit down and say to yourself, when I collect my August salary, what will I spend it on? Bring out your paper and your biro. Don't put it in your head and begin to write it down. So first and foremost, apply the Joseph principle. And I'm not kidding you here. If you've not learned to save, saving 20% in the very first month will be tough. Don't crucify yourself. Don't do New Year resolutions, those things that are difficult to do. Sit down and take your baby steps. It's okay to start with saving 5%. It's okay to start with saving 2%. But if you can just do it consistently, and then you would grow in your numbers, that's important. So sit down today, not tomorrow, today, and ask yourself, when I get my August salary, what are the things? How much is it? So put down Joseph principle, split it into 5, 20% to God, write the amount down, 20% for my investment, my savings, I'm paying myself, write it down. Write it all down according to the Joseph principle. Then ask yourself, what are the things I need to do in the month of September? September is that month parents are not too excited about. You know why? School fees month. But it's okay. If you have been doing the 20% thing over time, school fees will not have been a challenge for you. But then you are here. So, how much is school fees? Write it down. What are the things you need to buy into the house? The groceries. Write it down. How much you need to spend on food? Write it down. Write down all your expenses for September. Put down your figures for savings. Write it down. What else do I need you to do? Take a decision. When your money comes in August, if you don't have a separate account, I plead with you, before the salary comes, go and open an account today. This week, before this week ends, open an account that you will call your savings account. Put that your 20% for yourself into that account. Have another account where you put that your God money in. So you have taken 40% out immediately, leaving you with 60. Can you do that for me? Yes, you can. It's possible. It costs you nothing to open an account today. So go and open an account. Then let's come into, so you've understood your spending, your budgeting, saving and investment. So you don't have all the money to go and invest now, but start putting it in the savings account. Why did I say don't keep your money in savings? Because of inflation rate. So today, inflation is about, some say 16, 17, 18, some say 21, whatever it is. Let's be nice, let's say 15% is inflation. Banks will pay you about 1 or 0.9 or 0.5% interest. So if you had $1,000 in January, by December, that money will have depreciated by 15% inflation rate. So your $1,000 in January has actually lost 15%. So what you could do with 1,000 in January, you need 1,000, and that's 1,150, right? To do it in December. That's why I said savings is not a beautiful way to invest. However, it's a place to start. When you gather the money and you accumulate it, you can then put your money in any of the multiple streams of income that we have been talking about and we'll still talk about on this platform. So that's it. So you save and you invest. Now let's talk about borrowing. Borrowing. Is borrowing good? The answer is yes and no. But the no is bigger than the yes. The question is, what are you borrowing for? Don't borrow money to eat. I beg you. Don't borrow money to wear clothes. I beg you. Anything you cannot pay, any consumable you cannot pay for now, don't buy it. If you have a credit card, you don't use it because, oh, I saw a jewelry, let me swipe my card. No. Anything you cannot pay for now and take a walk, you don't need it. That extra dress, you don't need to buy it. Trust me, look into your wardrobe. You find something that will suit that occasion. I've worn it before. Wear it again. You can change maybe the sorry. So network, no thanks to network, but I think I'm back. So don't borrow. Maybe somebody doesn't want to hear about borrowing. You've got to hear about borrowing. Don't borrow to spend on immediate things, on food, on shoes, on bags. No. If you must borrow, borrow for a purpose. So you got this business to do, and it's short term. And then when you are borrowing, read the fine lines. Someone says to you, I'm ready to give you money at 3%. Don't think it is cheap. 3% per what? Per month. Pull your ears and run. 3% per month is actually 36%. What business do you want to do that you earn 36 naira on every 100 or $36 on every 100? Which business? So when you are borrowing, read the fine lines. Find an accountant for a friend. Let them teach you about the numbers. Get somebody that understands numbers to interpret it to you. Don't just go in. Borrowing is cool if it's for a course. So you got this business, you need a short term fund to get it done. You get it done, you get paid, you settle it, and you have your interest. That's when you can borrow. Don't borrow for a sunk cost. Don't borrow to buy clothes. Don't borrow to buy food. Even if you are in business, don't borrow on something that will not bring you immediate returns. Don't. Get a financial advisor. They will tell you what to borrow money for. Then protecting your money. How do you protect your money? By not just leaving your money fluid in a current account where it earns no interest, or in a savings account where it earns 0.5% interest per annum. Find something that you can do with your money with good returns. Then you are protecting the value of your money. But excuse me, before you do it, get advice. You heard it last week. You heard it when we talked about apprenticeship. Every business has a language. Every business has a language. And I mean every. So don't jump into that business. Oh, because I can see Binta is in this line of business and she's making so much money, I'm going to get there. Let me go and take my own share of the pie. Understand that business. Don't be ashamed to learn. Find somebody who has gone ahead of you in that space and ask them, how does it work? When you understand the nitty-gritty of that business, you might not want to do it. Let me tell you and close with my story. I recall growing up, my mom was a nurse. She was chief matron of the hospital. And so I would go with her to the hospital at every season to go visiting them in the hospital, giving them gifts, singing for them. And I loved it. So I said, I must be a doctor. I want to be a doctor. I love to be a doctor. So physics, chemistry, biology, everything sciences, and I saw this guy lying down in tears. And I was like, Mom, can you not help this person? And she looked at me. Exactly. Maybe even Binta wants to jump out of the business or you don't know. You've seen her sign and you say, yes, I want to go into that business. Now ask questions. My mom looked at me and said to me, I wish we could help him. But Yomi, we are not God. We can only care. I said, but mom is in so much pain. So yes, we have given him the painkillers we can give him that is within the safety limits. We have to commit him to God. And I'm like, You mean there is something doctors cannot do? You mean there's a situation you cannot help? I said, no, I don't want to be a doctor anymore. I thought it was a joke. And that was my A-level year. I said, no. I went in because every time my mom came home, she had stories of somebody who was terminally ill who recovered. She might told me the story of those who died. She might told me the stories of those they could not help and they discharged to go home and go and face the music. She always would tell me the stories of those that they helped and they recovered. And so in our house, we would pray, oh, there's this case, and we would pray. And I was excited. So I wanted it. I wanted to help humanity. So I'm like, I'm going to be a doctor. That is the place to go. And I discovered, there's a problem they cannot solve. I said, no way. All my plan to endure the sight of blood was because I thought I will help. I thought I was going to become deputy God, able to help the whole world. Then I discovered that even the doctors are struggling. And I said, no more. And that's how I found myself running away from the sciences and coming to the social space. And I'm so excited I'm here. I'm feeling fulfilled. I'm enjoying it. So before you jump into that business, ask questions. Don't be ashamed to tell somebody, I'm eyeing this area of business and you are there. Can you mentor me? Can I have a session or two with you? Can I ask questions? Find someone who will tell you exactly the truth about that business. Make informed decisions. about that business. So remember, earning, spending, saving and investing, borrowing and protecting your money are all things you need to understand in your journey for financial intelligence. And that's it for today. Next week, Monday, I'm coming your way with a dear friend to talk about the opportunities in real estate, and you don't want to miss it. So please, like I always say, like this video, share it, let somebody out there know there's something called Knocks to Nuggets. And until I come your way next week, Monday, thank you so much to everyone on this call, and thank you to everyone that will watch thereafter. And never forget, if you can think it, you can be it, and you can have it. And guess what? As always, together we win. God bless you. Have a fruitful week. Bye for now.